Tonight, I will be sharing something with you guys that I've been working on for the past year and a half. It is a stand-up comedy special. It's my first stand-up comedy special ever. It is called FORKLIFT. I hope you guys enjoy.
How's everyone doing tonight? Yeah, before I came over here, I was a little hungry, so I stopped at Subway. And I go in, and they're like, oh, welcome to Subway. You can have whatever you want on this sandwich. I was like, all right. We got turkey, mayo, a little provolone toasted. And like, yeah, sure. And what would you like? To the guy in line behind me. And it was queso. And they're like, what do you want on your sandwich? And he said, I'm not joking, by the way, he says 1 million pizzas. I used to be a flat earther, but, or I actually am a flat earther. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I think it used to be round, but then queso tripped and fell on the ground.
I don't know who Queso is. I know who that is. I don't mean
if you have a cell phone, you can look him up. This is not Google. You guys heard of Squid Game? Yeah, I love Squid Game. I think it's one of the greatest shows of all time. Good thing Queso wasn't in it, or they'd have to change it to Candy Game or Cheeseburger Game. I watched an interview, a behind-the-scenes thing where a bunch of influencers got to hang out with the Squid Game cast, and I was so jealous, dude. I wanted to be there so bad. And there's a character named Jung Bae, and he goes, "Oh, hello guys, I'm Jung Bae," and then Queso says, "Can I call you Jung Pizza? Because pizza is bae?"
Yeah.
The best part about being friends with Queso is that buying him gifts is like really easy because you could always just get him, I don't know, Subway or something. But I decided to change it up this year. I bought him a clock. And the easiest part about buying Queso a clock is you don't have to buy a clock. You can just write dinner time on a piece of paper and put it up in his house because it's always dinner time over there. You know, I watch a lot of people like raise money for charity. You guys like charity?
Yeah.
I heard that Queso the other day spent money on 2 trucks of food for humanitarian aid. 2 whole trucks full of food. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. After they came in, he said, "What's everyone else eating?" He called it a light snack. You know, growing up, I used to bully kids. I'm not gonna lie. I used to take kids' lunch money when I was in school. And I remember I'd go up to kids. I'd be like, "Give me all your lunch money." Give me a handful of quarters. "Give me your lunch money." This guy, he gave me $5. I walk to this one kid. I say, "Give me all your lunch money," and it was queso. And you know what he gave me? $1 million. Have you guys watched The Office? Yeah, The Office is a lot of fun. I really like Kevin. I used to work at that office actually. I flew out there my first day on the job, and Michael's like, "Oh, how do you like it in Pennsylvania?" And I'm like, "Oh, I like it a lot. You know, the weather it could be nicer. I don't really like how it's chilly." And then Kevin says, "What's wrong with chilly? Chilly's my favorite weather." And then Queso chimed in, and he said, "My favorite weather is chocolate rain." You know, I love hanging out with Queso, but it really sucks when we're playing video games because anytime we play Among Us, he just wants to eat the impasta. No, a lot of people look at him and they're like, "You have the body of a Greek goddess. People would be worshiping you." And I'm thinking, if Queso was around during Greek times, he would not be a goddess. He'd be that boulder that Sisyphus was pushing up the hill. You know, I've seen a lot of Trump talking about Iran, and apparently we're developing nuclear weapons for the war for the first time. He said that he wants to drop the biggest bomb ever. We've dropped the fat man and the little boy. And to signify just how big this bomb is, they're calling it the Queso. Trump's weird, man. I'm not a huge fan. You guys heard of RFK though? That pic that he made for the health secretary, whatever. He's actually doing a pretty good job. He banned 99% of artificial sugars and raw sugars on his first day in office. All he had to do was deport Queso. They picked him up with a helicopter. He's like, "No, I want to come back and eat all the chips here, guys." Apparently they're dropping him in Iran in like another week or two. Not sure what the status is on that. I didn't know this, but do you guys know Queso is a Twitch streamer? I literally had no idea this whole time. I thought he was Google Earth. No, I like my... Do you guys like your jobs, or do you guys not like your jobs?
I don't like my job.
Yeah, me neither. I work at Home Depot. It kind of sucks, but I feel like the manager gives people different privileges. Like I always feel like I'm being targeted and discriminated against because I had to take a bunch of certifications and tests. Like one of my coworkers, Queso, he didn't have to get forklift certified. And I go up to the manager, I'm like, hey, this isn't really cool. Like, I don't really like that he had to get I have to get forklift certified and he didn't. And she goes, have you taken a look at the guy? He knows how to lift a fork. I appreciate you guys listening to me. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you guys.